Good morning. Today I'm going to do a quick tutorial on a facial round. You can use it as a facial round or a coaster or a pot scrubber. So let's get started. I'm using a 3mm hook. And it's a different color, but I don't have the information on the package of the color that I'm using, but this is the same exact one. I got this on Hobby Lobby. I hope you can see the details on this. It's 100% acrylic. It's the same yarn, just a different color. And it lost its packaging. So we're going to start out with a magic circle. And if you don't know how to do a magic circle, just go back and watch me do it again. It takes a little bit of practice, but you can do it. So I hold my string, my tail here secure, and I'm going to do 12 single crochets. 1, 2, and if you've never worked with like bamboo or really stringy yarn, you may want to try to use this with the I Love This yarn or something like that to use. You can use any type of yarn you want, but one thing you cannot do until you master using this type of yarn, this is actually the Yarntopia brand, name from Yarn Bee. Any stringy yarn like this takes a little bit to get used of using, because it is stringy and you do have to frog a lot. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So you're going to want to pull this tail tight to enclose your magic circle, and you're going to want to take both of these. You're going to want to go through that first hoop, wrap both around, and pull through to join so that you can secure it. I'll always crochet up. Now we're going to weave this in. Now we're going to do 2 single crochets in each hole, each crochet all the way around this round. And we're going to tuck that tail in as we crochet so that it's hidden and secure. So we're doing 2 double crochets in each crochet stitch that we just made. And these work really well as facial rounds, pot scrubbers. I clean my stove with it. I have a stainless steel stove, and just spray a little bit of product on your stove, and I don't have to do much scrubbing. If I have a spill or anything, they work really well. They're surface safe. I don't get any kind of scratches. And it provides a good little scrubby action there when you're doing your pots and pans and dishes and things like that. I was very surprised. I was kind of skeptical. Wasn't sure if it would really work, but they do. And they're awesome as face scrubbies. Removing makeup and your foundation and everything. They work really well. They're soft to the touch. And they work really well. And best of all, they're reusable. So once you make or you purchase, you've made a little investment because they are very durable, washable. I have a friend in my life that has had some dishcloths that was made, I think she said in the 80s, and she still has them, and they are not worn at all, and she continues to use them to this day. And so that last one, and then we're going to join. So I have 2 single double crochets in each crochet. Now we're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, 3, and now in each hole we're going to do 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet. And you can make these as small or as big as you want, just depending on the size that you're wanting. You can add a row or take away a row and make it your own as well. If you're wanting a bigger scrubby, go ahead and play around with it and add a row. Or if you're wanting a nice size coaster or a facial scrubby, or if you want to use it as a body scrub and you're just wanting it a little bit bigger, then you can add to it. You can use your creative license and do what you want. But today I'm just going to make a basic size that I like to use. That I find is just right. So we're continuing doing 1 double crochet and then 2 double crochets. And I'm glad that you have found my channel. My name is Josie. And if you have found my videos helpful or informative, I would appreciate a subscribe and a thumbs up. I am known as Crochet Chick in the crochet community. And if you're just starting out crocheting, kudos to you. You will get better and better. Practice makes perfect. Don't let anybody stop you. If you feel like your stuff is just not at where you want it to be yet, it will get there. The more you crochet, the more you will learn little tricks, and your tension will get better. Most of the time when people start out, they have a hard time with the tension. Everything's really loose, or they use the wrong crochet hook, and it makes bigger crochets and holes and things like that. But you will get better. Just keep on doing it. There's tons of people out here on YouTube that puts out content that is easy to follow crochet patterns. I would suggest starting out with simple things like granny squares and making chains. Get your tension on your chain really good. Start off with small products, patterns. Don't overwhelm yourself with something as a big task that you're going to want to give up and not complete. But just keep putting your mind to it. So we're going to join it. So now we're going to do like a bubble stitch all the way around. So we're going to chain one and pull loose. And in this first hole, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to pull, and then you're going to chain 1. Chain 2, and we're going to skip. We're going to do there's going to be 2 double crochets in between, so we're going to skip. And we're going to continue our round like that. One, 2, and I hope I am showing you exactly how to do the bubble stitch. So you're going to do like you're going to do a double crochet, but you only pull through the first one, and then you have 1 loop here. Like you're going to do the double crochet, but pull through the first loop, and then now you have 2 loops in this section. Now 3, 4, and my 5th one, pull there, and then pull all the way through all of those little loops, and then chain 2. And like I said, we're going to do this all the way around. And if you do use another yarn, such as I love this yarn, of course your little round is going to be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. You're just practicing. You're just making your first one if you don't know how to do this already. And then you can, once you get your pattern down here, then you can try it with other yarns and see which one you like to use best. which one you like the feeling of. Your bauble or bubble, I've heard different people call it different thing. It's going to be showing on the back side, but you can reverse. They look pretty on both sides. So like I was stating a little bit earlier, if you're new to crochet and you feel discouraged, start off at simple things, small projects, things that's not going to overwhelm you. You don't want to start off making amigurumis or clothes or, you know, things with intricate designs right at first, because you're going to get discouraged, because you're not going to have your tension down. You're not going to be able to get it like a seasoned crocheter, and you might get discouraged. So start off with little small things like these. Like if you're going to want to give gifts or something like that, do a set of pot holders in the granny square, and start off with those. That way you can become more confident. When you crochet, you'll get your tension down and all of those things, and then you will become motivated to do the next step. And the granny squares are wonderful if you just like to practice. Get you yarn and just sit and make some granny squares, whether it's all one color or you're changing the colors out, and make those same squares. And then eventually you'll have enough to combine, and you'll learn how to join squares, and then you might can make a little throw or a baby blanket, and you will have a big project by just making granny squares and practicing. But don't overwhelm yourself. Don't feel like you're incompetent. Remember that you always have value and you bring something to the table. And when you persevere, you will be rewarded, because you will have a skill that you can be proud of. I've been crocheting since I was about 10 years old. My mother taught me. Both of my grandmothers crocheted, my mom's mom and my dad's mom. One could read a pattern and one could not. One just created her own. And use an artistic license to create. And she made beautiful things. She would make a lot of tablecloths. She would sit and crochet, make beautiful tablecloths. And she would give them as wedding gifts, housewarming shower gifts, and it was an heirloom that that person she gifted could pass on for generations, and people loved her work. She did the pineapple stitch is what she did for her tablecloths. They were beautiful. So my mom's mom worked at a rope factory, and some of the rope that they made and put on bolts was very tiny. It was like a nylon, very glossy, and when there was a bolt that messed up from being on the production line, it would be discarded, and they would give it to their employees. And my grandmother would come home with those bolts, and my mama was very, very crafty. Okay, so I'm starting on this next row. I'm just doing a single crochet in each crochet stitch. So my mom is very crafty. She can come up with, man, just ideas that just blow your mind. And she's seen all that rope in my grandmother's garage one day, and my grandma told her, you know, it was discarded rope from the rope factory that the factory was giving them. And my mama was like, can I have some rolls? So my grandma gave them to her, and she started making tablecloths for people as well, for wedding showers, housewarming, those kind of things. And it was a little bit bigger than the like I love this yarn. And way back then there wasn't yarn selection like there is today. And anyway, she would make those tablecloths, and people loved them. Beautiful, beautiful work. So we're just making our way around this round, a single crochet in each crochet that we just made. Either you can stop here after this row, if this is the size you desire, or you can continue and make another round of bubble stitches. And that's what I'm going to do, because I'm aiming for a bigger scrubby. So what is your favorite project to work on? What is the go-to pattern that you like to do in your pastime? Tell me about some patterns that you've been crocheting on. Or if you're a beginner and you haven't started on anything yet, tell me about something you want to try. Or what is your go-to pattern for crochet in your downtime? So we're at the last one. We're going to join this. Here's my round. This is the back side of it. So I'm going to do one more bobble stitch or bubble stitch around. So we're going to pull up. Two, three, four, and five. Pull through, and I'm going to only do a chain one this time around this to tighten it up, not to make it wavy. So now we're going to skip two. One, two, three, four, and five. And one. Skip two. One, two, three, four, five. Mother's Day is coming up. These would be great gifts for your mother, mother-in-law, grandmothers, any special people in your life. Also, there's Teacher Appreciation, Nurses Appreciation Week. If you have any of those people in your life, which most of us have one or the other or both, teachers or nurses, and if our mothers and mother-in-laws are still here, these would be great little gifts to gift them. Something that is usable, something that's going to be meaningful, something that they can keep for a very long time. It's not something that's going to be destroyed or discarded. This is something that can always be used. And then if you have Canva program to design with, you can go on there and design and use some little wrap labels and create your own and state on there what they are. Maybe on the back side of the wrap label, you can put uses that your creation is used for. And it looks like a sweet little gift that you purchased from somewhere. Like if somebody doesn't know that you crochet and you're just starting out and you're wanting something nice, that would be a perfect idea. Or if you're going to sell this pattern on your Etsy store or at a local market, or if you have a vendor booth anywhere that you sell, or if you're giving it to the teacher or the nurse in your life, it's going to look professional. They're going to be very impressed by what you have done. And somewhere on that wrap label, you can put done by yada, 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 your name. Or if you have a business name that you're wanting to call yourself and you're just starting out, or if you have a Facebook page or a TikTok or Instagram, any of those things, and you're just starting out and you're wanting people to find you, you can put that information on that wrap label and you can look all professional. There's so many options through Canva. I love it. I create digital content all the time on there. They just come out with some new functions, and I have not played around with a lot of them. I have delved a little bit in the new functions, but not all the way. I'm going to have to take time and do that. But it's fun to play around on Canva. If you have not played around with it, there is a free version, and I did the free version for a very long time, I think 2 or 3 years before I decided to purchase. And I will say it is worth purchasing. I am not an affiliate for them or anything. I'm just mentioning this because I enjoy it. We're not too far from being done. We're about halfway. So comment below. I'd love to hear what you're going to do with this tutorial. Are you going to do a smaller version and make it more of like a facial round? Or are you going to use them as coasters? Or are you going to do the big version that I'm doing here as a washcloth or a bigger coaster? Let me know what you're going to do. I'd love to hear. I want to know, are you going to go to markets? Or are you going to gift to those lovely people in your life? Or are you going to give samples out and get the word out that you are starting to crochet? What are you going to do? I am myself going to give my son's teacher a set of scrubbies. At Christmas time, I gave her dish scrubbies in a different design. So I'm going to make her some facial round scrubbies. He actually has 2. He is in preschool. And he has the teacher and the helper, or teacher's aide, in the room, and I gift both of them. I don't leave one out. I gift both of them. And with Mother's Day coming up, I'm going to give my mother-in-law a set of facial scrubbies. I gave her wash scrubbies for dishes back at Christmas time as well, and she loves hers. And so I'm going to give her the facial scrubbies as well. I feel like that she will enjoy that, and she would and will use them. I know that she will. And I have the sweetest mother-in-law. She's the best. My mom is still alive. I don't think my mom would use these, so I'm not going to give her these. My mom is very practical, and these are a practical gift. Well, gotta frog it. But she doesn't wear foundation or anything like that. I don't think that she would like this. But if I gave it to her as a coaster set, she would use them. So I may have to make her wrap label a little bit different, showing that it is a coaster set, or telling that it is a coaster set. So we are almost at the end here of our round. And we will be joining it together, and we will be doing the last round all the way around. It's going to be a single crochet all the way around, and then we will be complete with our project. And you can keep repeating the steps for as big as you want, whatever size cloth wash scrubby. Oh, I messed that one up. You can add another level of the bubble stitch and a single stitch to trim it out. So you can continue on making this as big as you want it to be. And you can use it as a pot holder, or if you're wanting to do like more of a dolly to put on your end table or a coffee table, you can do that as well. Or if you're wanting to use it as a placemat and just make it as big as you want, you're just going to want to keep on increasing. I'm going to join this here, and we are done with this round. So we're working from the back side, and this is the front side. Well, I did have it joined. Sorry about that. Okay. So this is going to be my last row. I'm chaining up 2, and now I'm going to do a single crochet in each one of the crochets that I just made with the bubble stitch. And here I am trying to go too fast, and I'm getting all stringy here. And we will be complete in just a little bit. And like I said, we're doing a single crochet all the way around. And if you're wanting to increase a row, if you're going to be doing the single crochet all the way around and you're wanting to increase with another bubble stitch, you may want to increase, do 3 single crochets and then a double single crochet, so that it's not growing too big and making wavy. So you would want to do 3 single crochets and then a double, 3 single crochets and then a double, single crochet in each one all the way around. You don't want to make it too big or add, like my previous rows, I had done a single crochet, then a single double crochet all the way around. But as you get bigger, you're going to want to spread out your singles because it'll become wavy and then you'll just have too much. I hope that made sense. But I am just doing a single crochet all the way around because this is my last round and this is my little trim row. And I'm not doing it super tight, so it should come out nice and smooth when I lay it down. Just all depends on your tension. If you're doing it really, really tight, then it's probably gonna like curl up on the edges. But if you're holding your tension just right and lax, not too loose, then it's gonna lay flat. And when you're trying a pattern for the first time and you're reading that pattern or following along with someone else, it all really depends on the tension on some of the patterns that you make, and other people's style as well of crocheting, because some people crochet with a very tight tension, some with loose, and not every pattern is going to look the same for everybody. It's going to be very similar, but depending on someone's tension, people, I think, forget about that when they're trying to create something or following a pattern. They're not the person that created it, the pattern, and they kind of get a little discouraged because it's not exactly like the other person's. We have our own style. So we got to take all those factors in consideration when we are copying somebody else's pattern or following a pattern. Tension has a lot to do with the way that your creation comes out. And we are almost done with our round. Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it. I hope you have found encouragement. Most of all, even if you don't create my design, I hope you have found some encouragement here and you pursue your dreams. It doesn't matter if you are a crocheter, any kind of artist, painting artist, photography artist, any kind of creator. I hope you have been encouraged and taken something away today, some tidbit of information. And my last one, and then we're going to join together. And here we go. And then you'll just cut this and then hide your tails. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it. Like, share, and subscribe.